Welcome to Matavara Dual Institute of Technology. This is the free virtual learning center for everybody. Become an eminent scientist, professor, engineer, innovator in the shortest possible time and in the simplest possible way. Learn free at any place, learn free at any time, learn free at any place. Good luck, learners. Have a good day. This program is brought to you by Matavara Dual Institute of Technology, MDAIT. This is the free virtual learning center for everybody. Learn almost, almost, almost everything free and become an eminent scientist, professor, engineer, innovator through Zoom virtual meetings, irrespective of geographical location, with or without the need for constant internet connectivity. Register your name for free webinars. How to register your name for free webinars? It is very easy. Just save the mobile number shown on the screen in your mobile and then send your name by WhatsApp text message. And also send your name by email to x9t9@yahoo.com. Please spread this message to all your contacts so that somebody in some corner of the world will get some benefit out of this free, unique, and amazing opportunity. This is an Atmanirbhara Bharata initiative. Go green, save trees. Good luck, viewers. Have a good day. Thanks to Corona for having made this possible. Efforts will be made to present the information correctly, clearly, and completely in this presentation. However, every keystroke is itself an important source of error, and therefore the end users are required to make use of the information provided here at their own risk, fully knowing their own personal limitations, if any. The study material supplied by the learners is exclusively used wherever possible in the presentations so that the learners will be able to learn from the same study material which they have. However, additional explanations, classroom examples, and exercises will be included as and when required to make the subjects more simpler and easier to learn. The video recording of all the sessions will be made available to all participants to enable them to go through the same as many times as required in individual cases to become an expert in the topic covered in the sessions through the link to YouTube, which is also beneficial to all those who could not join the online session for any reason whatsoever. MDAIT or Matavara Dual Institute of Technology is the free virtual learning center for everybody in both letter and spirit. Kindly excuse, we need donations not in the form of money but in the form of honest opinion, meaningful suggestions, and constructive criticisms to improve the quality and clarity of presentation of the information made during this session so that they are addressed to the best extent possible during all our future sessions and future programs in the best interest of learners. समर्पण एषः पाठः मम सर्वेषां छात्राणां कृते समर्पितः अस्ति ये मां कथं पाठयितुं शिक्षयन्ति स्म. The approximate meaning of this sentence, taking word by word, looks approximately like this. Yeshaha, this, Pataha, lesson, Mama, my, Sarvesham, all, Chatranam, students, Krute, for, Samarpitaha, dedicated asti is ye, they, mom, me, katam, how, pataitam, teach, shikshante, taught, sma, we, were, etc. The approximate translation in English looks something like this. This lesson is dedicated to all my students who taught me how to teach. Yet karoshi tat vadato, yet vadasi tat kuru, yet kartum ichitam tat krutam iti abhileke darshayatu. Approximate meaning in Kannada is ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೀರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನು ದಾಖಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ. In English, it is approximately like this. Do what you want to do and show in the record that you have done it. In Hindi, it is approximately this way. तुम जो करना चाहते हो वह करो और रिकॉर्ड में दिखाओ कि तुमने वह कर दिया है. Please do alert us to any errors discovered in this presentation so that they are addressed appropriately in the best interest of the learners in all our future activities. Kindly send the feedback, including but not limited to honest opinions, meaningful suggestions, and constructive criticisms via email addressed to x99@yahoo.com. With best wishes from Matavara Dual Institute of Technology, MDAIT. This is the free virtual learning center for everybody. With this background information, let us start learning something new in the today's session. Just enjoy the today's session as much as we do in providing this free, unique, and amazing virtual learning opportunity to everybody. Samskrita or Sanskrit for everybody. Not only in studying Samskrita, but everywhere we can use the make use of the three monkeys rule to our own advantage. Here in the picture you can see the first monkey is keeping its eyes closed and it is indicating see no evil. Whether this arm or cursor you can see red cursor movement. Hello.
Yes sir.
ಕರ್ಸರ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಕೆಂಪುದು?
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಹೌದಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ ರೆಡ್ ಡಾಟ್?
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
ಅದು ಇದನ್ನ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿದೆ. I'm not able to find the solution right now. So ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ, ಬಟ್ ಅದು the other day somebody said it is visible, but later on they said it is not visible. That's all.
ಅದು ವೈಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್, ಅದು ಎರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ವೈಟ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಬರೋದಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿತ್ತು ಅದು.
ಓ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದಿ ಸೈಜ್. ಕೆಲವರು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಮಂಕಿ ಈಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ because it don't want to hear anything that is evil. This monkey is keeping its mouth closed using its own hands because it doesn't want to speak any evil. So this we can use in all areas of life, not only studying of Samskrita, but in any other thing also. Sarvesham krute Samskritam. That means Sanskrit for everybody. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ in Kannada. Samskrita, Sarvatra. Sarvatra means everywhere. Sanskrit, everywhere. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ in Kannada. Punah Smaranam or Smaranam Punaha. So both are one and the same in Samskrita. We will see further things also later on. So whether we write Punaha Smaranam or Smaranam Punaha, the meaning in Sanskrit will be same. Other languages, it will not be like that. Remembering again. So whatever we have learnt earlier, that we can go through a little bit, then we can continue for new lessons. Now you can see this screen, aham and aham.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So now what is the difference between these two?
In the first aham, halanta ma is there. In the other one, anuswara is there.
The meaning is the same. Both words have the same meaning only. Writing style, they kept it different in using the Sanskrit language. So this half-ma type is used when we use it alone. For example, here we are using alone. Therefore, we will have this type. When used at the end of a sentence, that means that is the last word in the sentence, it will be always written like this. In the middle of a sentence, when the next word starts with a vowel or swara, that means after this there is something else is there, and that word starts with a swara or vowel, then this will be kept as it is like this. So in all other cases, we will write it like this. So all other case means only thing is that when it is coming in between, if the word is followed by a consonant or vyanjana, then only this type of a form is used. But meaning will be one and the same. Pronunciation is also one and the same. Writing methodology only will be different. Now, the letters in Sanskrita are broadly classified into two main groups. One is called swara. So these are the 16 letters that are called swaras. So they are easily pronounced without using any other letter's help. So they are independent. So these are 16 in numbers. These things, they depend on swara, and they are 35 in number here. Now these letters are having a combination of the letter plus, say, this a is taken for all of them. Otherwise this will be half letter. So at the bottom we will draw a short line like this, which we saw in the aham. So 35 plus 16 has become 51. Now suppose we put 3 ohms to that list. We will be making that 51 plus this 3 becomes 54. And suppose we call it as Varna Mala. Mala is something like a garland. Sometimes this mala is used with Rudraksha bead or some other bead, lotus, this flower seeds, etc. like that. A mala is made. That is used for counting purposes. So this 51 plus these 3 becomes 54, and if we use it 2 rounds, it will become 108. So there will be something like Japa or Ashtottara Shatanamavali. So for that purpose, we can use this Aksharam Varnamala, so that 2 rounds of that will give the 108. So as homework, please write this Varnamala on unruled white paper using black ink and gel pen, black ink gel pen preferably, once forward from A to Ksha, that is from beginning to end. Next, write the letters from Ksha to A backwards. So totally you will get 108 characters. That is including our 3 ohms also. Then send it the images by WhatsApp so that we can go through how each letter you are able to write like that. Now practice writing this Varnamala both in the forward direction from A to Ksha and backward from Ksha to A several times. That will help to improve your own memory. So you will be going back forwards in the mind and also forward in the mind. So your mental exercise will be more, and that helps in improving the memory. Can you read this one?
Jnana na nama. Jnana na nama.
No, this title.
Which one, sir? Anunasika Vyanjanam. Anunasika Vyanjana.
It is just like Anunasika Vyanjana only. So this one, they say these 5 letters are pronounced using partly sound coming through the nose, but it is difficult. You try it. If you can do it, it is fine. Otherwise also it is okay. So Vakya means sentence. Sentence can have one word or more than one word. See, earlier that heading we had only aham. That itself will be a sentence. So now there are 2 words. Now why this is written half-ma here? Because it starts with a here, which is a swara. So therefore we write like this, not with a dot written there. Now when we add a to this one, it becomes ma. That means this half is cancelled and this will be removed, and we will keep it as it is. So while reading, it will become ahamanamika. Ahamanamika it will become single word. Now here you can see there is a sentence. This is aham tara. Now here, after this aham with the half-ma, the word is starting with ta. It is not one of those what we have listed there. Therefore, we will not use that half-ma, but we will put the dot here. So that dot is called as anuswar. Now, if we interchange the word and write it other way, tara aham, then what happens? This becomes the last word. So therefore, we will not use this dot. We will write this. You are able to follow?
Yes,
But
sir.
meaning will be same. Meaning will be same.
Yes.
So this line has got a name also. Now before that, you can have some background to the subject. Now this you can read. Can you read this? Whether size is small, sufficient to read, or bigger to be made? You can read this one.
Yes, sir. पूर्वं शिक्षकः छात्राय मौखिकरूपेण सूचनां प्रसारयति स्म। पुस्तकानि नासन् न पुनरीक्षणं श्रुतस्य सम्यक् श्रवणार्थं पुनरुत्पादनार्थं च सम्यक् उच्चारणम् अनिवार्यम् आसीत्।
You can read 3 times because first time it will be slightly difficult, second time easier, and afterwards it will become more easy.
Yes. पूर्वं शिक्षकः छात्राय मौखिकरूपेण सूचनां प्रसारयति स्म. पुस्तकानि नासन् न पुनरीक्षणं श्रुतस्य सम्यक् श्रवणार्थं पुनरुत्पादनार्थं च सम्यक् उच्चारणम् अनिवार्यम् आसीत्. पूर्वं शिक्षकः छात्राय मौखिकरूपेण सूचनां प्रसारयति स्म. पुस्तकानि नासन् न पुनरीक्षणं श्रुतस्य सम्यक् श्रवणार्थं पुनरुत्पादनार्थं च सम्यक् उच्चारणम् अनिवार्यम् आसीत्.
Today also can read 3 times.
पृष्ठभूमिः. पूर्वं शिक्षकः छात्राय मौखिकरूपेण सूचनां प्रसारयति स्म. पुस्तकानि नासन् न पुनरीक्षणं श्रुतस्य सम्यक् श्रवणार्थं पुनरुत्पादनार्थं च सम्यक् उच्चारणम् अनिवार्यम् आसीत्. पृष्ठभूमिः. पूर्वं शिक्षकः छात्राय मौखिकरूपेण सूचनां प्रसारयति स्म. पुस्तकानि नासन् न पुनरीक्षणं श्रुतस्य सम्यक् श्रवणार्थं पुनरुत्पादनार्थं च सम्यक् उच्चारणम् अनिवार्यम् आसीत्. पृष्ठभूमिः. पूर्वं शिक्षकः छात्राय मौखिकरूपेण सूचनां प्रसारयति स्म. पुस्तकानि नासन् न पुनरीक्षणं श्रुतस्य सम्यक् श्रवणार्थं पुनरुत्पादनार्थं च सम्यक् उच्चारणम् अनिवार्यम् आसीत्.
Very good. Can you get any approximate meaning in Kannada, English or Hindi like this about it?
ಭೂಮಿಃ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್.
ಇದು ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಮೈಕ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮೈಕ್ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ.
ಇವಾಗ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸರ್?
ಈಗ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಈಗಿದೆ.
ಪೃಷ್ಠಭೂಮಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್. ಪೂರ್ವಂ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕಃ ಛಾತ್ರಾಯ ಮೌಖಿಕರೂಪೇಣ ಸೂಚನಾಂ ಪ್ರಸಾರಯತಿ ಸ್ಮ. ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಶಿಷ್ಯಂದ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಾಯಿಯಿಂದನೇ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಯಿಂದನೇ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಪುಸ್ತಕಾನಿ ನಾಸನ್, ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನ ಪುನರೀಕ್ಷಣಂ ಶ್ರುತಸ್ಯ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಶ್ರವಣಾರ್ಥಂ ಪುನರುತ್ಪಾದನಾರ್ಥಂ ಚ ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣಂ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯಂ ಆಸೀತ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು.
Nearby it is correct. Now approximately it is like this. Say ground means bhumi, back means prushta. So prushta bhumi andre background. That means something what was there earlier when this Samskrita was started in use. So earlier the teacher conveyed the information orally to the student. There were no books, no revision classes. Correct pronunciation was mandatory for correct listening and reproduction of what was heard. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಈಗ now we are able to write and read also. Therefore writing we can write correctly. Reading it depends on the individual, because everybody will not be able to pronounce the words in the same way. There will be difficulties. In ಕನ್ನಡ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ. ಹಿಂದೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗೆ ಮೌಖಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ತಲುಪಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಪರಿಷ್ಕರಣೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಲು ಮತ್ತು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಪುನರುತ್ಪಾದಿಸಲು ಕಡ್ಡಾಯವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಒಂದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ರೀಚ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ earlier situation. So in Hindi also background they call it as पृष्ठभूमि. पहले शिक्षक छात्र के मौखिक रूप से जानकारी देते थे. तब कोई किताबें नहीं थी, कोई संशोधन नहीं था. सही सुनने और सुनी गई बात को सही ढंग से प्रस्तुत करने के लिए सही उच्चारण अनिवार्य था. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ದು ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇತ್ತು ಆವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಲೈನ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ರೈಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸ್ಡ್, ದ ನೇಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಹಲಂತ ಆರ್ ವಿರಾಮ. These are the names used for this mark. ಸ್ವರರಹಿತಸ್ಯ ವಿಸರ್ಗಸ್ಯ ಸೂಚನಾರ್ಥಂ ಪ್ರತೀಕಂ. You can read this say 3 times. Hello.
Yes, sir.
ಹಲಂತ
ಹ.
ವಿರಾಮ. ಸ್ವರರಹಿತಸ್ಯ ವಿಸರ್ಗಸ್ಯ ಸೂಚನಾರ್ಥಂ ಪ್ರತೀಕಂ. ಹಲಂತ ವಿರಾಮ. ಸ್ವರರಹಿತಸ್ಯ ವಿಸರ್ಗಸ್ಯ ಸೂಚನಾರ್ಥಂ ಪ್ರತೀಕಂ. ಹಲಂತ ಆರ್ ವಿರಾಮ. ಸ್ವರರಹಿತಸ್ಯ ವಿಸರ್ಗಸ್ಯ ಸೂಚನಾರ್ಥಂ ಪ್ರತೀಕಂ.
So without the swara added, this will be the type of letter. So to indicate that one, this line is drawn. The name given to this line is called halanta, or it is called virama also. So in English, it is something called punctuation or something like pause. That is, when we are playing the video or anything, you can press the button for pause to stop for some time, like that. So it is the symbol used to indicate the consonants without the vowels. So that is the symbol that is used here. In Kannada, it is called virama ಚಿಹ್ನೆ or virama. ಸ್ವರವಿಲ್ಲದ ವ್ಯಂಜನವನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸುವ ಚಿಹ್ನೆ. This what we draw, this short line below the any of the letters. In Hindi, it is called virama चिन्ह or it is virama also. स्वर के बिना व्यंजन को इंगित करने के लिए प्रतीक. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತೀಕ್ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆನೂ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ರತೀಕ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತೀಕ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Now ka ಅಂತಂ ಆ, ಕಾ ಅಂತಂ ಆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ? Hello.
ಇಂದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗೋ ಶಬ್ದಗಳಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಕಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಅಂತ. ಕಾ ಎಲಾಂಗೇಟೆಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಆ ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ಸೊ ಕಾ ಎಂಡ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾ ಎಂಡ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆ. ಕ ಆನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊನೆಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಕಾ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊನೆಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತದೆ. का आ के साथ समाप्त होता है. का आ के साथ समाप्त होता है. हिंदी में approximately that is what we can say. So that you can understand from one of these explanations given in the different languages, so that something will become more clear. That is why I have put all the three things here. Now, this type of a ending with the letter A, any word that ends with the letter A is called as akaranta shabda. Andre ending with akara or ending with A. So if A is replaced by A, it is akaranta shabda. E hakidre it is ikaranta shabda. ಈ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ, ಉಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ, ಊಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ. ದಿಸ್ ಋಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ, ಏಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ, ಐಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಸಿ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ಓ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಔ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೂ ಹಿಯರ್. Here A means we are not putting a line, and I means we are putting only single line. So this will be confusing. So they could have made A means a line here and I means double line here. Then similarity between this and this was coming. But since they don't have this without this one line, that is A is not there, A, I is there, they have kept this for A and this for I. So that is the one what you can say. So these are the ending letters, if it can be like that, then that is this shabda. Then okaranta shabda and aukaranta shabda. Like that we come across some words when studying books. Akaranta, ikaranta, ukaranta, like that. So what is that I am trying to give you some rough idea here. So okay. Now the pronunciation, why it was more important in Sanskrita in olden days, particularly because books were not there, writing problem was not there, only listening and reproducing. Here, if we read this and this, the difference is in the type of the sha that is attached here. So this one means dogs, this one means relatives and friends, like that. So in case we print an invitation card in Sanskrita asking them to come for a feast, for something like a uta or tindi, like that. If you print like this, what it means? It means like this. If you print like this, it becomes like this. So that is why pronunciation was given importance in those days. Now, even though if people cannot pronounce, but writing, they can always write like that. So if you write this way, it gives a totally different meaning. If you write this one, you get a different. That is why the differences must be known. Suppose you give an invitation for ಊಟ, ಭೋಜನ ಅಂತ, ಭೋಜಸ್ಯ nimantranam. So it will become, of course, those who don't know the meaning, it is okay. Otherwise it means something different. So correct pronunciation was a must to listen carefully and to reproduce whatever listened no revision, no rehearing was there. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಯು ಮಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಟೆಂಟಿವ್ ಅನ್ನೋರು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋರು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ earlier period. Now, you know what is this one? See, many of the invitations, marriage invitations, they will write Chisau. They will write like this. Have you seen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the meaning of this?
ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ.
ದೇವಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯವತಿ.
Here, actually, if you see the dictionary meaning, it means female pig. You know? Chisau, they will write Sau, SOW, means it is female pig in dictionary. So, what you have to do is, you have to put SOU, not the SOW. You are able to follow?
Yes, sir.
You can write SOU to make that Saubhagyavati, not the SOW, because SOW means in dictionary it is called female. So what is this number on the screen?
ಪಂಚಸಪ್ತತಿ 75.
So this is number 7. So you have to get accustomed to how the 7 is written and how 5 is written, like that. So anyway, I have already given that number in the Roman letters here. So it is okay. So reading purpose, read from lower level to the next level. Pancha Saptati. First we read this, then we read this, then we read next one, then we read next one. It is going from unit place towards the bigger number. Unit tens, hundreds, like that. In all other languages, we read from left to right. Samskrita, we read from right to left. So, this 79 can also be told like this. This is Nama Saptatihi. So, this is Nama, this is Saptati. Saptatihi is 70. So, Nama Saptatihi we will read. This can be also said like Eko Nasitihi. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸಿತಿಹಿ ಅಂದರೆ 80. ಏಕ ಊನ ಅಸಿತಿಹಿ ಅಂತ ಇದು. ಏಕ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಊನ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಏಕೋನ. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 79. Now, if how much is less is only 1, we need not mention. It can be also said like Una Shitihi, Una Asitihi, which becomes Una Shitihi. So, Ekona Shitihi. Una Shitihi is also 79. Ekona Shitihi is also 79. Nama Saptati is also 79. We can use any one of that para. So 80 means Ashitihi. So Ekona Shitihi, one less than the 80. Una Shitihi. Here, if we don't tell how many, it is always taken as 1. So it is 79. What about this?
ಪಂಚಶತಾಧಿಕ ಶತಂ.
ಅಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಂಚಾಶತ್, ಇದು 50. ಅಧಿಕ ಶತಂ ಇಷ್ಟು 100ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಪಂಚಾಶತ್ ಅಧಿಕ ಶತಂ. ಶತಂ ಈಸ್ 100. ಸೊ ಪಂಚಾಶತ್ ಈಸ್ more than, in addition to or more than this 100. So reading purpose, we read it as Panchashat Tadika Shatam. Maybe when reading, it may look like Da also. Pancha Sat Dadika Satam. Sat Sad Adika Satam ಅಂತನೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್?
ನವಷಷ್ಟಿಃ.
That means how much it will be?
96.
69.
69.
6 ಇದು 69. So Nama Shashti. Shashti is 60. So Nama is 9. So we read it from left to right, right to left. Now it is 1 less than 70. So we can say Ekavana Saptati. Ekavana Saptati is also 69. You can also tell Una Saptati. 70ಕ್ಕಿಂತ 1 ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. 1 is not specifically said, so it will be assumed it as 1. 1 less than the 70. Now you can read this one.
बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति दुग्धं बिडालः पिबति. बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति. बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति.
Okay. Akshita also can read.
Yes, sir. बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति. बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति. बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति.
Now what is the approximate meaning here?
ಬಿಡಾಲನು ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಬೆಕ್ಕು
ಹಾಲು
ಹಾಲನ್ನು
ಕುಡಿತಾನೆ. ಓ, ಬಿಡಾಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಕ್ಕಾ? ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಮಾರ್ಜಾಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅದು?
ಅದೇ ಬಿಡಾಲ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೆಕ್ಕು.
ಓಕೆ. ಮಾರ್ಜಾಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಕ್ಕಾ ಸರ್?
ಬಿಡಾಲಹ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಕ್ಕು, ಕ್ಷೀರಹ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಲು, ಸೊ ದುಗ್ಧಃ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಹಾಲು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ different forms we will write. Because the T comes here, bidalam is not used. If it comes at the end, we could have written bidalam like that. So this means cat drinks milk. That is what we understand roughly. Both are one and the same only. But if we change the words in English, if we say cat drinks milk is there, if we write milk drinks cat, it will not give same meaning, is it not?
Yes, sir.
So in Sanskrita, these people have made the arrangement such a way that whatever the way you write the words, the pattern, the sequence, meaning will be same, but writing method will be different. That's all. See, for example, Vidala Kshiram Pibati. Now, suppose we want to write Vidalaha Pibati Kshiram. Then this is not put as it is, it will be used this one because it becomes the last word in the sentence. You're able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Then Kshiram Vidala Pibati is also same meaning. Kshiram Pibati Vidalaha. Pibati Vidalaha Kshiram. So because it is last word, we will not write this word as it is here, but change it. So Pibati Kshiram Vidalaha. You can read it 3 times. Reading it will be same. Writing methodology slightly different will be there.
Yes, sir.
बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति, बिडालः पिबति क्षीरं, क्षीरं बिडालः पिबति, क्षीरं पिबति बिडालः, पिबति बिडालः क्षीरं, पिबति क्षीरं बिडालः, बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति, बिडालः पिबति क्षीरं, क्षीरं बिडालः पिबति, क्षीरं पिबति बिडालः, पिबति बिडालः क्षीरं, पिबति क्षीरं बिडालः, बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति, बिडालः पिबति क्षीरं, क्षीरं बिडालः पिबति, क्षीरं पिबति बिडालः, पिबति बिडालः क्षीरं, पिबति क्षीरं बिडालः.
Very good. Akshata can also read.
Yes, sir. बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति, बिडालः पिबति क्षीरं, क्षीरं बिडालः पिबति, क्षीरं पिबति बिडालः, पिबति बिडालः क्षीरं, पिबति क्षीरं बिडालः, बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति, बिडालः पिबति क्षीरं, क्षीरं बिडालः पिबति, क्षीरं पिबति बिडालः, पिबति बिडालः क्षीरं, पिबति क्षीरं बिडालः, बिडालः क्षीरं पिबति, बिडालः पिबति क्षीरं, क्षीरं बिडालः पिबति, क्षीरं पिबति बिडालः, पिबति बिडालः क्षीरं, पिबति क्षीरं बिडालः.
Now, this designers of the Sanskrit language, they have made this facility of using the words at different positions in a sentence. That is, order or sequence of the words is not kept in one fixed form. Now, how to select which one we want to use? So, what they said is, it must be something like rhyme thick type, and that is like telling rhymes. So, reading it should be more convenient. That way we have to read. So, whichever we feel is we like it, that we can use. That is what they say there. So, you can read this one also.
दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति, दुग्धं पिबति बिडालं, बिडालं पिबति दुग्धं, बिडालं दुग्धं पिबति, पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं, पिबति बिडालं दुग्धं, दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति, दुग्धं पिबति बिडालं, बिडालं पिबति दुग्धं, बिडालं दुग्धं पिबति, पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं, पिबति बिडालं दुग्धं, दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति, दुग्धं पिबति बिडालं, बिडालं पिबति दुग्धं, बिडालं दुग्धं पिबति, पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं, पिबति बिडालं दुग्धं.
So, Nagamani also can read the same thing 3 times.
दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति, दुग्धं पिबति बिडालं, बिडालं पिबति दुग्धं, बिडालं दुग्धं पिबति, पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं, पिबति बिडालं दुग्धं, दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति, दुग्धं पिबति बिडालं, बिडालं पिबति दुग्धं, बिडालं दुग्धं पिबति, पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं, पिबति बिडालं दुग्धं, दुग्धं बिडालं पिबति, दुग्धं पिबति बिडालं, बिडालं पिबति दुग्धं, बिडालं दुग्धं पिबति, पिबति दुग्धं बिडालं, पिबति बिडालं दुग्धं.
Very good. So, we have heard some additional words like Kshiram and Dugdam, they are one and the same. And Bidalam means cat or bekku. Pibati means drinking. So, in English, cat drinks milk. If we write the reverse order, milk drinks cat, it becomes like that. So, it will not give the meaningful sentence. But in Samskrita, all of them will give the same meaning and all are correct sentences only. That is how these words have been written here. Now, you can read this one 3 times.
Yes, sir. मूर्खाः सेवकाः इति कस्यचित् राज्ञः शरीररक्षकत्वेन वानरः आसीत्। सः अतीव राजः राज्ञः राजः प्रियः आसीत्। यथा सः आसीत् अतीव विश्वस्तः राजा सः गन्तुं शक्नोति स्म। नृपाणां शय्याकक्षे विना भविन्तु केनापि निवारितः एकदा। मूर्खाः सेवकाः इति कस्याचित् राज्ञः. This is
you
sir.
You can read it as Raja also. It is given in the form of Raja. This is Gna. But you can read it as Raja. Raja you can make it.
Okay. Rajah शरीररक्षकत्वेन वानरः आसीत्। सः अतीव राजः प्रियः आसीत्। यथा सः आसीत् अतीव विश्वस्तः राजा सः गन्तुं शक्नोति स्म। नृपाणां शय्याकक्षे विना भविन्तु केनापि निवारितः एकदा। मूर्खाः सेवकाः इति कस्यचित् राजः शरीररक्षकत्वेन वानरः आसीत्। सः अतीव राजा प्रियः आसीत्। यथा सः आसीत् अतीव विश्वस्तः राजा सः गन्तुं शक्नोति स्म। नृपाणां शय्याकक्षे विना भविन्तु केनापि निवारतिः एकदा.
So you can read this one. You can read this also 3 times.
Me, sir, the Nagmani did not read that first one.
Maybe I thought I can come later on. So you can read that. Okay. Nagmani can also read.
मूर्खाः सेवकाः इति कस्यचित् राज्ञः शरीररक्षणकत्वेन वानरः आसीत्। सः अतीव राज्ञः प्रियः आसीत्। यथा सः आसीत् अतीव विश्वस्तः राज्ञा सह गन्तुं शक्नोति स्म। नृपाणां शय्याकक्षे विना भवितुं केनापि निवारितः एकदा। मूर्खाः सेवकाः इति कस्यचित् राज्ञः शरीररक्षकत्वेन वानरः आसीत्। सः अतीव राज्ञः प्रियः आसीत्। यथा सः आसीत् अतीव विश्वस्तः राज्ञा सह गन्तुं शक्नोति स्म। नृपाणां शय्याकक्षे विना भवितुं केनापि विश्वरितः एकदा। मूर्खाः सेवकाः इति कस्यचित् राज्ञः शरीररक्षणकत्वेन वानरः आसीत्। सः अतीव राज्ञः प्रियः आसीत्। यथा सः आसीत् अतीव विश्वस्तः राज्ञा सह गन्तुं शक्नोति स्म। नृपाणां शय्याकक्षे विना भवितुं केनापि निवारितः एकदा.
So you can read this one also. You can read this also.
राजा यदा सुप्तः आसीत् तदा वानरः व्यजनेन राजानं वातायितुं आरब्धवान् एवं कुर्वन् एकः मक्षिका आगत्य तस्य उपरि उपविष्टवान् राजः वक्षस्थलं वानरः निवारयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान् व्यजनेन सह मक्षिका परन्तु राजा यदा सुप्तः आसीत् तदा वानरः व्यजनेन राजानं वातयितुम् आरब्धवान् एवं कुर्वन् एकः मक्षिका आगत्य तस्य उपरि उपविष्टवान् राज्ञः वक्षस्थलं वानरः निवारयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान् व्यजनेन सह मक्षिका परन्तु राजा यदा सुप्तः आसीत् तदा वानरः व्यजनेन राजानं वातयितुम् आरब्धवान् एवं कुर्वन् एकः मक्षिका आगत्य तस्य उपरि उपविष्टवान् राज्ञः वक्षस्थलं वानरः निवारयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान् व्यजनेन सह मक्षिका परन्तु.
Okay, very good. So Akshata can also read.
राजा यदा सुप्तः आसीत् तदा वानरः व्यजनेन राजानं वातयितुम् आरब्धवान् एवं कुर्वन् एकः मक्षिका आगत्य तस्य उपरि उपविष्टवान् राजः वक्षस्थलं वानरः निवारयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान् व्यजनेन सह मक्षिका परन्तु राजा यदा सुप्तः आसीत् तदा वानरः व्यजनेन राजानं वातयितुम् आरब्धवान् एवं कुर्वन् एकः मक्षिका आगत्य तस्य उपरि उपविष्टवान् राजः वक्षस्थलं वानरः निवारयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान् व्यजनेन सह मक्षिका परन्तु राजा यदा सुप्तः आसीत् तदा वानरं व्यजनेन राजानं वातयितुम् आरब्धवान् एवं कुर्वन् एकः मक्षिका आगत्य तस्य उपरि उपविष्टवान् राजः वक्षस्थलं वानरः निवारयितुं प्रयत्नं कृतवान् व्यजनेन सह मक्षिका परन्तु.
We can read this.
Yes, sir. मक्षिका आगमिष्यति स्म पुनः तस्मिन् एव स्थाने उपविश्य मूढस्वभावात् कपिः बभूव क्रुद्धः तक्षिणं खड्गं प्राप्य मक्षिकां प्रहारितवान् तं हन्ति मक्षिका उड्डीयत् किन्तु राजः वक्षस्थलं द्विधा विभक्तः राजा च मृतः. मक्षिका आगमिष्यति स्म पुनः तस्मिन् एव स्थाने उपविश्य मूढस्वभावात् कपिः बभूव क्रुद्धः दक्षिणं खड्गं प्राप्य मक्षिकां प्रहारितवान् तं हन्ति मक्षिका उड्डीयत् किन्तु राजः वक्षः स्थलं द्विधा विभक्तः राजा च मृतः मक्षिका आगमिष्यति स्म पुनः तस्मिन् एव स्थाने उपविश्य मूढस्वभावात् कपिः बभूव क्रुद्धः दक्षिणं खड्गं प्राप्य मक्षिकां परिहारितवान् तं हन्ति मक्षिका उड्डीयत् किन्तु राजः वक्षः स्थलं द्विधा विभक्तः राजा च स्मृतः.
This Nagamani also can read 3 times.
मक्षिका आगमिष्यति स्म पुनः तस्मिन् एव स्थाने उपविश्य मूढस्वभावात् कपिः बभूव क्रुद्धः तीक्ष्णं खड्गं प्राप्य मक्षिकां प्रहारितवान् तं हन्ति मक्षिका उड्डीयत् किन्तु राजः वक्षस्थलं द्विधा विभक्तः राजा च मृतः मक्षिका आगमिष्यति स्म पुनः तस्मिन् एव स्थाने उपविश्य मूढस्वभावात् कपिः बभूव क्रुद्धः तीक्ष्णं खड्गं प्राप्य मक्षिकां प्रहारितवान् तं हन्ति मक्षिका उड्डीयत किन्तु राजः वक्षस्थलं द्विधा विभक्तः राजा च मृतः मक्षिका आगमिष्यति स्म पुनः तस्मिन् एव स्थाने उपविश्य मूढस्वभावात् कपिः बभूव क्रुद्धः तीक्ष्णं खड्गं प्राप्य मक्षिकां प्रहारितवान् तं हन्ति मक्षिका उड्डीयत किन्तु राजः वक्षस्थलं द्विधा विभक्तः राजा च मृतः.
Did you make any rough meaning of what is this passage?
ಅದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಮಹೋದಯ ಮೊದಲಿಂದ
This is beginning.
ಮೂರ್ಖಃ ಸೇವಕಃ ಇತಿ ಕಸ್ಯಚಿತ್ ರಾಜಃ ಶರೀರ ರಕ್ಷಣಾರ್ಥ ವಾನರಃ ಆಸೀತ್. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮೂರ್ಖ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ತನ್ನ ಸೇವಕನಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ವಾನರನ ಕೋತಿಯನ್ನ ನೇಮಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಆ ಕೋತಿ ರಾಜನ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಿಯವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವಿಶ್ವಾಸವಾಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ರಾಜ ಸಹ ಗಂತುಂ ಶಕ್ನೋತಿ ಸ್ಮ ನೃಪಾಣಾಂ ಶಯ್ಯಕಕ್ಷೆ ಭವಿತುಂ ಕೇನಪಿ ಮಾಸರಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ಮಲಗುವ ಕೋಣೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಅದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಕೋತಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಒಂದು ಸಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮಹೋದಯ. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ರಾಜ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವಾಗ ತದ ವಾನರಃ ವ್ಯಜನನ್ ರಾಜಾನಾಂ ವಾತಯಿತು ಆರಬ್ಧವ. ಆಗ ರಾಜ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅದು ಗಾಳಿ ಬೀಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತನಾ. ಏವಂ ಕುರುವನ್ ಏಕಃ ಮಕ್ಷಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದು ನೊಣ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ರಾಜನ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಓಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕೋತಿ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನ ಪಡುತ್ತೆ. ವ್ಯಜನೇನ ಸಹ ಮಕ್ಷಿಕಾಪುರ. ಏನೋ
ಊಟ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
ವ್ಯಜನನ್
ವ್ಯಜನ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬೀಸನಿಗೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಬೀಸೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. ವ್ಯಂಜನ ಬೇರೆ, ವ್ಯಜನ ಬೇರೆ.
ಅದೇ ಗಾಳಿ ಬೀಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅವಾಗ. ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು without knowing much, reading a passage when we come across in a book or somewhere or written by somebody, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಿ ಇಟ್ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್. ಬರೀ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನವ್ರು ಕಲ್ತಿರೋಳಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಕನ್ನಡ, ತಮಿಳು, ತೆಲುಗುನವರು ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಹಾಗಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನೇನಿಲ್ಲ.
ರಾಜ ಯದಾ ಸುಪ್ತಃ ಆಸೀತ್, ಯಾವಾಗ ರಾಜ ಮಲಗಿದ್ನೋ ತದಾ ವಾನರಃ ಗರ್ಜನೇನ ರಾಜಾನಾಂ ವಾತಯಿತುಂ ಆರಬ್ಧವಾನ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ರಾಜ ಮಲಗಿದ್ನೋ ಅವಾಗ ಕೋತಿ ಬೀಸಣಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ಬೀಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಏವಂ ಕುರ್ವನ್
ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಅದರಿಂದ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಬೀಸಣಿಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ.
ಏವಂ ಕುರ್ವ ಏಕಃ ಮಕ್ಷಿಕ ಆಗತ್ಯ ತಸ್ಯ ಉಪರಿ ಉಪವಿಷ್ಟವಾನ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಗಾಳಿ ಬಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದು ನೊಣ ಬಂದು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ರಾಜ ಉಪವಿಷ್ಟವಾನ್ ರಾಜ್ಞಃ ವಕ್ಷಸ್ಥಲಂ ವಾನರಃ ನಿವಾರಯಿತು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಕೃತವಾನ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಓಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕೋತಿ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತು. ವ್ಯಜನೇನ ಸಹ ಮಕ್ಷಿಕ ಬೀಸಣಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ಓಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತು. ಪರಂತು ಮಕ್ಷಿಕ ಆಗಮಿಷ್ಯತಿ ಸ್ಮ ಪುನಃ ತಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಏವ ಸ್ಥಾನೆ ಉಪವಿಶ್ಯ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೋತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಕಪಿ ಕ್ರೋಧಗೊಂಡು ಹರಿತವಾದ ಖಡ್ಗದಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಷಿಕ ನೊಣದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಹಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಷಿಕ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೊಣ ಹಾರೋಟೋಯ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ರಾಜನ ದೇಹ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರಾಜ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು get some meaning out of this. So the summary we can write in different ways. So here one student has written this way. What is this? You can read.
दीर्घायुषः राजा कदापि न पालयेत्. दीर्घायुषः राजा ಕದಾಪಿ ನ ಪಾಲಯೇತ್
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ದಿವಸ ಬದುಕಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಸೆ ಇರೋ ರಾಜ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಸೇವಕರನ್ನ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇಲ್ದವ್ರನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಾರದು ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು ಈ ತರ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರಿಬೋದು, ಯಾವ ತರ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಸೊ suppose the same thing in Hindi is something like this. This maybe you will be able to understand better because more familiar with Hindi. But reading it will be convenient because it is also uses the Devanagari script. So you can read this once.
Yes sir. एक राजा के पास एक बंदर था जो उसका रक्षक था. वह राजा का बहुत प्रिय था और राजा का बहुत विश्वास पात्र होने के कारण वह बिना किसी रोक टोक के राजा के शयन कक्ष में जा सकता था. एक बार जब राजा सो रहा था तो बंदर ने पंखे से राजा को हवा देनी शुरू कर दी. ऐसा करते समय एक मक्खी आकर राजा की छाती पर बैठ गई. बंदर ने पंखे से मक्खी को भगाने की कोशिश की, लेकिन मक्खी फिर आकर उसी स्थान पर बैठ जाती. बंदर अपने मूर्ख स्वभाव के कारण क्रोधित हो गया और उसने एक तीखी तलवार ली और मक्खी को मारने के लिए उस पर वार किया. मक्खी तो उड़ गई लेकिन राजा की छाती 2 टुकड़ों में बांट गई और राजा मर गया. दीर्घायु की कामना करने वाले राजा को कभी भी मूर्ख नौकर नहीं रखने चाहिए.
Maybe this you are able to understand better because Hindi has been learnt whether we want or not. because of more familiarity and use with the different people. So this gives a better meaning than what we have read in Samskrita, because we are not that much fluent in Samskrita. You're able
Yes,
to
sir.
follow?
Yes, sir.
Now this Nagamani also can read it once.
एक राजा के पास एक बंदर था जो उसका रक्षक था। वह राजा का बहुत प्रिय था और राजा का बहुत विश्वास पात्र होने के कारण वह बिना किसी रोक टोक के राजा के शयन कक्षा में जा सकता था। नेक्स्ट स्क्रीन सर।
You can read this also. I have changed the screen.
एक बार जब राजा सो रहा था तो बंदर ने पंखे से राजा को हवा देनी शुरू कर दी। ऐसा करते समय एक मक्खी आकर राजा की छाती पर बैठ गई। बंदर ने पंखे से मक्खी को भगाने की कोशिश की।
Yeah, you can read this also. I have changed the screen.
लेकिन मक्खी फिर आकर उसी स्थान पर बैठ जाती। बंदर अपने मूर्ख स्वभाव के कारण क्रोधित हो गया और उसने एक तीखी तलवार ली और मक्खी को मारने के लिए उस पर वार किया।
Yeah, you can continue.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್।
ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಓದಿ. ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ವಾ?
मक्खी तो उड़ गई लेकिन राजा की छाती 2 टुकड़े में बांट गई और राजा मर गया। दीर्घायु की कामना करने वाले राजा को कभी भी मूर्ख नौकर नहीं रखने चाहिए।
Now, in Kannada, if we translate and write approximately, it comes like this, sir. You can read this also.
ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜನು ತನ್ನ ಅಂಗರಕ್ಷಕನಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕೋತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದನು। ಆ ಕೋತಿಯು ರಾಜನಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟವಾಯಿತು। ರಾಜನಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇದ್ದುದರಿಂದ ಅವನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಹೋಗಬಹುದಾಗಿತ್ತು।
Yeah, you can continue.
ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಆ ಕೋತಿಯು ರಾಜನು ಮಲಗುವ ಕೋಣೆಗೆ ಹೋಯಿತು। ಆಗ ರಾಜನು ಮಲಗಿ ನಿದ್ರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದನು। ಕೋತಿಯು ರಾಜನಿಗೆ ಬೀಸಣಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ಗಾಳಿಯನ್ನು ಬೀಸಲಾರಂಭಿಸಿತು। ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ನೊಣ ಬಂದು ರಾಜನ ಎದೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಕುಳಿತಿತ್ತು। ಕೋತಿ ಆ ನೊಣವನ್ನು ಓಡಿಸಲು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿತು, ಆದರೆ ನೊಣ ಪುನಃ ಬರುತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿತ್ತು। ಕೋತಿ ಅದರ ಮೂರ್ಖ ಸ್ವಭಾವದಿಂದ ಕೋಪಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಹರಿತವಾದ ಕತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ನೊಣವನ್ನು ಹೊಡೆಯಿತು, ಆದರೆ ನೊಣ ಹಾರಿ ಹೋಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜನ ಎದೆ 2 ಭಾಗವಾಯಿತು ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜನು ಸತ್ತನು। ದೀರ್ಘ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಬಯಸುವ ರಾಜನು ಎಂದಿಗೂ ಮೂರ್ಖ ಸೇವಕರನ್ನು ಇಡಬಾರದು।
ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಈ ಕಥೆಯಿಂದ ತಿಳಿಯುವ ನೀತಿ ಏನು, ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಆವಾಗ ಹುಡುಗರು ಈ ಥರ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬರೀಬೋದು. ಸೊ somebody has written this way. Now same thing is written in English. It is something like this. One day when king was sleeping, the monkey entered the bedroom and started fanning the king using the hand fan. While doing this, a fly came and sat down on king's chest. The monkey tried to stop the fly with the fan, but the fly was coming again and again and sit in the same place. Because of his stupid nature, the monkey became enraged took a sharp sword and tried to hit the fly to kill it. But the fly flew away. The king's chest was divided into two parts, and the king died. King who desires long life should never keep the foolish servants. Something like that. You're able to follow?
Yes, sir.
So that means you can do this homework, try to copywriting this you can do. That
Yes, sir.
gna you can change it to ja itself.
Yes, sir.
Ja itself we can make. And to try to write in your own words what could be the meaning. And try to identify which are the words that you could identify there. New
Okay.
words that will come. That is something like
निवारयति निवारितः
see idralle this what is makshika is makki in the Hindi.
Yes, sir. Flying. No.
Now vajana means fan, hand
Okay.
fan or electric fan. If you put a dot there, vyanjana if you make, that is different. Okay, so
Yes.
so most of this I think you are able to get the rough meaning. Otherwise we will learn in step by step, we will learn. And maybe next class I will tell you about
Upavishtavan means sit, sir.
ha, ha.
Upavishta.
Upavishyati means sitting.
Sit.
So here these words how they have arranged it so that changing the order will not affect the meaning, that we have to understand. Here for each particular type of job, one particular form of the word is used here. So if the word is used, if something is missing also we can understand. For example, if you write just pibati, it means same as saha pibati.
Yes.
What is saha pibati?
ಅವನು ಕುಡಿಯುತ್ತಾನೆ.
So if you simply tell pibati, it means avanu kudiyuttane, that itself is the meaning. Similarly, if we say gacchati means saha gacchati.
ಅವನು
So
ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾನೆ.
without saha also we can understand that it is that one. That means these words are made something called matched pairs. That comes in electronics when they are making the radio using transistors. There is something like a push-pull circuit. There two transistors are used which will have the same electrical functional characteristics. So we have to select such a two numbers transistors and they are called matched pairs. So here words of the action and the subject, person who is doing, they are matched, so that one is missing, other one itself helps to understand by default. So if you say gacchami, it means aham gacchami. It is not saha gacchami, sa gacchami borodilla. So that way these people have arranged this different form of the words. Although they mean the same thing, they are written in a different way. So that is done by changing this ending letter. So it will be different purposes, different these words are used. So in the next class we will learn 21 different form of these words, which every word can be made and written where meaning will be same, but they are used with a different combination of this different items. And
Yes,
here this bidalam is written. Like that, we can write balakam pibati we can make. You are able to follow?
yes, sir.
Balakam pibati also we can make. So there will be the arrangement of this selection of the words will be made because they are meant for particular form of another word. So
Here, bidala means many. It means many, sir. No, only one.
not that way. This is a method of writing. This is a method of writing. Just balakam pibati. Like the hudugana kudiyetane. Bidalam pibati. Idu bekku kudiyetade. Atara. So we can put here any other words like that. So that we will learn in next class. So it will come about 21 different forms of the equivalents for this one word pibati or gachati or things like that. So once we know that pattern, then any information we can write in the form of sentence. We have to use that particular form. Then they can be interchanged and kept anywhere in the sentence. That is the idea. So that I will give in the next class. Next class we will have on Sunday morning at 6 o'clock. Will it be okay?
Yes, sir.
Sunday morning we will keep
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Tomorrow I have some meeting. So tomorrow is difficult. So Sunday 6 o'clock we will meet. By that time you do this exercise and try to write A, E, up to Ksha in the forward way and backward way. That is without seeing the thing you write in the mind, following which comes next, and coming backward and forward. That is a good mental exercise and it improves the memory capacity.
Yes, sir.
So that much of mental exercise will be there and it will be easy to read backward and forward. Writing, if you try it, it will come very easy. First time it may be slightly difficult, it will take more time. But if you repeat several times, you will be able to write any letter anytime like that. In any order you can write. You try to write this and send it to me by WhatsApp. I will go through it. So that this one time writing is equal to 10 times reading. So therefore, plus this it adds this additional mental work because we have to think before we write. So it indirectly improves the memory capacity of the individual. And that one indirectly increases the lifespan. That means at least 10 years will be added by doing this lot of mental exercises because that portion of the brain will be active for longer time. So therefore people live longer. So we'll stop here today and continue Sunday morning at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
And this my classes always I told that everything will have a head, body and tail. If you take a book also, beginning there will be something. Who is the author, who is the where it is publisher, printed, edition, etc. like that, preface, so many things. Then at the end there will be references. Then maybe extra material like appendix. Then there will be something like index, like that. So center only is the body. So whatever book we buy, we will not read the first portion and last portion, we directly go to the chapter, but they are meant for that one. See, the book in page number 6, it was something like 1700 sheets pages book. Page number 6 he has said, wherever we have written kg, it means kgf, he has written. And later on, he writes everywhere kg. So there was lot of confusion at that time for kg, kgf, kg weight, etc. So there was a formula like mass is equal to W by G, or W is equal to mg. W is the weight, m is the mass, G is acceleration due to gravity. So if you write kg, it means mass, and then we have to multiply it by G. G is 9.81. In the examination, for simplifying the calculation, they were also giving, take G is equal to 10 meter per second square, acceleration due to gravity. So people will multiply by 10, that means one decimal place they will change. That is for easy mental calculation. But you see, earlier when we studied in centimeter gram second system, G was 981 centimeter per second square at that time.
ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪ.
That means about 1000 centimeters per second square. So what happens?
Again, you have to convert.
When you multiply G with this one, answer will be different by 1000 times. You know, and
Yes, sir.
in the beginning of the page, in page number 6, he has said, in this book, wherever I write kg, it means kgf he has written. So those who don't read the beginning page and gone there, they will not be knowing, so they will multiply by 1000. Whereas those who have read this preliminary pages, they will not multiply, they will keep it as it is, because it is indicating as kgf or kg like that. So what happened, when 67 students were there in a class, 17 students only passed in first class, 3 in second class, and all others failed, because either they multiplied by 1000 or divided by 1000, and the answer was that much difference was there. So, and also this is the standard practice in all foreign universities also. Even in the class, they will spend about 10 minutes in the beginning to give this head portion, then 20 minutes for the body, then 7 minutes for the remaining, where they will conduct the test also then and there itself. Not tomorrow will be the test. Whatever is covered, they will give a test there, which will be about 7 minutes. And then there will be a compulsory 3 minutes feedback from the students, whether what they have found, did they find the presentation interesting, language used, is it easily understandable, what way we can improve, etc. like that. So out of 40 minutes, they make it 3 parts. For 10 minutes, they give all these instructions. Last 10 minutes, there will be for evaluation, feedback, and all other things. Only in between 20 minutes only, they will teach a small topic. That is the pattern there, because they think that students cannot sit for more than 20 minutes listening to particular, concentrating on the particular topic like that. But in India, we know we can sit from morning to night, and we have interest to learn something without looking at the watch, etc. like that. And I was keeping 3 hours minimum, because all examinations, the duration of examination was 3 hours. And by having 3 hours class, we will have a free training for the students on how to sit for 3 hours at a time at one place and think about the particular work. That was the idea. So anyway, we continue on Sunday morning, 6 o'clock. Then we'll stop here. So Punarmilamaha. So this program is brought to you by Dual Institute of Technology, the free virtual learning center for everybody. Become an eminent scientist, professor, engineer, innovator in the shortest possible time and in the simplest possible way. Learn free at any place, learn free at any time, learn free at any place. This is an Atmanirbhar Bharata initiative. Thanks to Corona for having made this possible. Good luck, learners. Have a good day. So this is the tail portion of the program. So we'll stop here.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಾः.
पुनर्मिलामः.
पुनर्मिलामः.